Hello, great people. I hope mko poa popote pale mlipo. I am Auntie Zippy, a child and youth worker and also a journalist. It's been ages since I posted a video on this YouTube channel. I had taken a break due to unavoidable circumstances, but I know you've been getting me on TikTok and on Instagram and other social media platforms. So now I am back. And through my interaction with the children stakeholders, parents, because I've been sharing so much about parenting tips and anything to do with children and teenagers on my TikTok account, it is Auntie Zippy. You can go and follow me there. I've experienced a lot of friction because many parents in this parenting journey, it is not easy. There is friction between children, their parents, the government, and so much is going on. And as you know that Kenya has changed the education curriculum from 844 to CBC, and we are doing almost the last lot of 844. So I have decided to introduce a segment or a section within my YouTube channel and even my TikTok account to give you tips, to give you updates, news and concerns, to discuss all those concerns about education in our country, specifically Kenya. I want to be giving you the news, updates, reforms, anything to do with education, so that you understand where we are as a country, so that you do your best. You know, life cannot move on smoothly without education, and that is one of the most major things that any government of any country puts a lot of effort in. There are major things that a country cannot run without, and they put a lot of money and effort. One is health of the citizens. The second one is infrastructure. The third one is education. And the other one is food and security. Those are the four major things that any government of any country puts a lot of effort in. And I'm thankful our country is doing better. You know, when CBC was introduced back in 2017, it experienced a lot of challenges, a lot of rejection from parents, from education stakeholders. But I'm really thankful to our former President Uhuru and the current President Ruto for really championing and pushing for CBC to happen. You know why? Because let me tell you, CBC is one of the best curriculums we will ever have in Kenya, because it replaced the 844, which we've had it for 32 good years. And it is a good curriculum. Many were beating it, were challenging it because they don't know. And the people who are championing for CBC, our president and all the stakeholders, they did not even do 844, they did another system. And let me tell you, everybody's purpose in life, we are supposed to make other generations which will come after us, their lives to be a bit easier than the one we are having right now. That's why we are bettering our country, bettering ourselves each and every day, so that our children's will not pass through the difficulties or the challenges we've had. That's why we are supposed to champion for CBC. But maybe you are doing that as a parent, you are concerned, you are complaining because you don't know what CBC is, what it entails, what responsibility you need to do you as a parent. So I want to begin this section by explaining from way back where it started. I know many things have taken place, but I will try my level best to update you with more videos so that you can watch. When you come to my YouTube channel, go to the section of education, updates, news and concerns. You will find all the videos there. So CBC was introduced in Kenya back in 2017. It replaced the 844. So what is CBC? I want to define CBC in the context of this curriculum, not any other thing, but in this context. So CBC means competence-based curriculum. Competence-based curriculum. And competence means learners are expected to do rather than just focusing on what is expected of them to know. I hope it's not a tongue twister here. Learners in CBC, when it comes to anything competence, one is expected to do on top of knowing. You know, with 844, so long as you know how to do it, it doesn't matter whether you can do it, you are good to go. You learn engineering theory, and then you start practicing engineering when you go to campus. Not even when you go to campus, you start practicing it during your internship. Imagine, and you say you want to be an engineer. Will you be a perfect one, or it will take a lot of years for you to keep on learning outside here? You are done with school and you are still learning. But with CBC, it is learning to do from the word go. These children can make magic. I'm telling you, they can make anything. Just that they need that somebody to push them, some resources to be pumped in so that they become perfect. So competence means being able to do and to know, not just the knowledge but also doing. So CBC focuses on developing abilities and skills for learners to prepare them for the real world. Listen here. Developing skills and abilities of learners to deal with real world. It's not just about imparting knowledge to these learners. It's about showing them how the real world is. And let me tell you, when a child is born, they start living. There is no tomorrow. They live that moment. So CBC is allowing learners to learn each and every day, to learn in the process. That's why it's learning. It's not education. I've done a video explaining the difference between education and learning on my TikTok. I will still do it in depth here on YouTube, but you can go and watch that in TikTok. Learning is a process. Learning is every day. Education, maybe it has some stages, but learning is every day. That's why you find if a child wants to be a doctor, they start aligning themselves in the line of doctor way in the beginning when they start school, and as they progress each and every stage, they are aligning their skills, their abilities, and their learning towards that direction. That way they will become perfect people in future. They will embrace what they do and they will really love it. So CBC is about doing, learning, developing abilities and skills. And real world, let me explain real world to you in context of this curriculum. Real world is this moment, today, the next moment, and tomorrow. Many people think tomorrow is the next day, but tomorrow means next minute, next hour, next few hours, next few years, next few months, next few weeks is tomorrow. So real world now is now, today, and what will happen in the next minute, preparing for that. So these CBC students or learners, they interact with the curriculum in the real world, like the right moment, right now. I don't know whether you get it. There is no tomorrow. You know, 844 was focusing about tomorrow, but CBC is focusing on now and that tomorrow. I remember our parents told us, study hard so that you get a job when you finish school. In CBC, there is nothing like that. It is building abilities for now and tomorrow. And another thing you need to understand with CBC, it is learner-centered curriculum. The learners themselves, they have the primary initiative to move with learning. Teachers, tutors, parents, society, the government, and all the stakeholders in education, they are just facilitators. what we do scaffolding to these children. They do the bigger part of it. And you know what is scaffolding? Is to helping. It's to help, not doing for the child. Is to help the child as they do it. So most of the time you find learners do the most part of it, and it is enjoyable in doing it. That way they learn more than when it is just a lecture and so on. So CBC, it is an interactive curriculum whereby the tutors and the learners interact, and you know, when you learn by doing, you enjoy. But when something is imposed to you, a teacher comes, it's like lecturing, lecture, finish. It's about mastering the formula. This is how you do it. But when it comes to the real world of doing it, it's hard. You will find a 844 child knowing construction, the mathematics, the formula. But when they are taken to the field to do it, they can't do it. Now for the CBC, they are incorporating both theory and practical. They will learn and they will go and do. And they will be assessed depending on what they can do, not just what you know alone. Hey parents, are we together? And CBC, it's not a static curriculum. CBC, it's a dynamic, meaning it's a changing curriculum. It changes to adapt the changing needs of the learners, of the tutors, of the community, of the stakeholders, and the society at large. That's why you are seeing so many reforms, so many changes in the education sector. Why? Because we are still in the teething process, in the teething stage. Even you, when you start a business, when you start a project, you take more years, even 5, even 10, figuring out how to go about it, and you keep on changing every now and then. Now for education, children are the one who will do the piloting program, and we keep on changing as time goes on. We are not yet there, but we will be there. It's like CBC curriculum is like life. You can't say I will learn then leave tomorrow. No. You learn as you live. So that is the CBC. And that's why you should not keep on complaining when there is a lot of changes, because the changes are meant to make the system of the learning better. It's not to punish the children or the teachers. I know many schools owners will feel like we are changing, we've already constructed classes, we've already bought books and this. A lot will happen, but all for the good. So parents, you need to stop complaining when you are told to do this, to come, to bring this, to bring that. We are just on the teething, and it is the best curriculum for now we have. CBC is anchored on 3 things. 3 things. 1, practical. 2, critical thinking. Critical thinking to solve problems. And 3 is interacting with real time. So that is all about CBC. If you ever want to know in the basic way possible, CBC is about curriculum, it's about practical, it's about solving problems. And learners solve problems themselves. Teachers just help them to solve the problems. And I will do another video after this. I will do the methodologies of executing a competence-based curriculum, so that you understand your role as a parent. If you guys know how much the government and the private school owners are investing in education, in this curriculum, my friend, you will not even complain about the list you are being told to bring during the opening of the schools. The government is investing a lot of money in CBC. And CBC also, I forgot to say, it uses technology. That's why you are seeing in education sector a lot of technology. They are embracing a lot of it, so that it helps. Technology here is not an enemy, it's a friend of this curriculum to help them learn easily and research more. I will do that video, but today I just wanted you to understand what is CBC. CBC equips learners with future roles. And let me tell you one thing. The beauty with this curriculum, I'm really loving it because it is going to finish all this competition about schools. It is going to equalize education. It will reach to a point where it doesn't matter you are studying in a national, a county, a sub-county, or even the most remote school in the village. It will be the same. Because with CBC, every career is important. Every career is viable. Everybody is important. Even if it's somebody who is cooking, a midwife, a doctor, an engineer, all of them are equal and all of them are very, very crucial because CBC is teaching the world to be a collaborative world, to collaborate, to work as a team, not as a competition, as an individual. It's like in your home, that house help is very important. The person who is a breadwinner is very important. Even the cleaner is very important. Even the person who you buy burger in the kibanda is very important because you can't do it yourself. So CBC, everybody is important. It will finish all this competition. And let me tell you, parents, these careers you think they are very important than others, prestigious careers, I don't know, doctors, engineers, and so I'm not saying they are bad. But with CBC, many other careers are being born, and the high time we embrace them the future. You will find that a child is a farmer, and they are proudly farmers. You know, here in our country, we know those who farm are poor people. Those who clean our houses are poor. They are the poor of the poorest. No. With the CBC, let me tell you, you will pay somebody 100,000 to take care of your child. It is the high time. The industry of house helps is changing, or of domestic workers is changing, and CBC is coming to change that. You will pay a salary of even almost $1 million for farming. I'm telling you, you will start your own company of farming, and you will employ people and you will pay them a lot of money. It will not be because you are lacking, because you are poor, come work in my farm. It is equalizing and giving importance to each and every career, because each and every person is important, and every career in CBC can earn you a living. Let me tell you. These prestigious careers, let me tell you, other careers are dying and others are coming up. For example, of a career that is really struggling today is journalism. Journalism was like one of the prestigious careers some years ago. But today, because of technology advancements, content differences, and many content creators and preferences, now journalism, everybody is creating news in nowadays. So if you are not understanding whether journalism, I'm not saying it's a bad career, but it's not the way it was some years back, and embrace or even invent other ways to survive as a journalist. Bure, you will go to school and come out here and lack a job. Because now media houses are employing comedians. They are employing celebrities. They are not employing professionals. So if you are in school thinking that I will finish my journalism and look for a job, I don't know, in Citizen, in where, well, it's good, but it will be cracking a rock. Let me tell you. It is not easy. So let us encourage our children. Whatever our child is interested in, let us also show interest in it. So, CBC is a living, breathing curriculum. It is a living thing. There is no tomorrow. It's now and now, this moment. You cannot say, I will breathe tomorrow. It is a breathing curriculum, a living one. So we need to embrace it as parents, as stakeholders, so that our children, we change the world. You know, Kenya right now is the hub of East Africa, Africa, and even the whole world. Their eyes, they have so much interest in Kenya, because Kenyan people are bright. That's why you are seeing the government investing a lot in the young people. And if you are not understanding, you are just there complaining the government is bad. Yes, there are things that they are doing right, like investing in education and in the young people. They are doing a great job. Kongole kwako, President Ruto, you are doing a good job in education sector, in the young people, investing in the young people. And that is the way to go. You as a parent, invest in your child, in their education, invest in your child. Let me tell you, it's a disclaimer, it's just my opinion. And let me tell you, the people like us, me, I'm living my vocation and I am very, very happy. I'm doing what I know God created me to do. To be a child and youth worker and a journalist. That's why the journalism part of it is helping me to live my purpose well. To give that information, to take the information out there. So, when you see a problem or a mistake, there is no harm in hearing my own opinion or even giving insights on how to correct it. Many people, I'm saying like right now, it is back to school and others are joining Form. It is a process where students are joining Form 1. So, I'm seeing so many people writing, we are poor, we are not able to take this child to school, he or she scored these marks, and we are urging the community to come and help us. Others are tagging the governors. I have seen Sakaja, I've seen the former Nairobi governor, Sonko, I've seen even others tagging the president, tagging these big people to their MCS, their MPs to come and help them take their child to school. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad at all. But let me make you let me tell you, it is not the responsibility of the governor or the president or the MCA or the MP to educate your child. It is not their responsibility. Their work is to facilitate you, is to enable you be able to take your child to school. And that's why there is a lot of money allocated to each and every child, both in primary and in secondary school or even in universities. They are giving children, each and every child, some certain amount of money so that you are, as a parent, you are not burdened by this luggage of education. I don't know how much they are giving to primary, to secondary, but I know there is amount of money each and every student gets as a support for education. And they are aiming at 100% transition. And we are doing well. I am seeing children being searched from their homes to go to school. It is not their responsibility. Their responsibility is to help you. And that's also why there are bursaries. Giving you bursary to enable you. If that information gets to them and they help your child go to school, well and good. But others, maybe they are not able at that particular moment. They have their families, they have their friends, they have their projects that they are pushing forward. So if they help you, fine. If they don't beat them around. I've seen many people mouthing about their MCS, their MPs, that they cannot help anyone. Let me tell you, the government doesn't help somebody as an individual. The government enables citizens, communities to take care of their daily needs. So parents, can we stop this mentality of that the MCA should educate my child personally? The office of the MCA of the MP is full. Not that you are going to fill a bursary, but they want personalized help. It is okay if you get it, fine. But also if you don't get it, do not be mad. Take advantage of the community programs and the free or subsidized services. Fill those bursaries. Even if you get 3,000 or 5,000, you didn't have it. Don't struggle so much to take your child maybe to a national school, putting a rambe. It's okay if you that is what you think is good, fine. But you can take your child to any school and they will be good. They will just be okay there. And that's why I'm championing for CBC, because it will remove this competition of national. It will not matter where your child is learning, because education is the same. Because with CBC, I'm telling you, there is even the way they have given guidelines of how you are supposed to do it. For grade 1, for grade 2, all the way. Then the materials are there online. You don't have to beat around the bush. You don't know what to do. No. So it's just my opinion that parents, we should take full responsibility to invest, to plan how our children are going to school, how they will school from the primary one up to the tertiary education. Kwani MCAs, how much are they paid? Those people are not paid a lot of money. Even you, some parents are making more money than the MCAs in their small businesses, than their MPs. These people are still human beings. For God's sake, they are human beings with their own families. You will find you are working, and there is your sister's child, your uncle's child who is struggling, but you are not able to help them the same way to them. So can we learn to invest? Can we learn to plan for our children's education? We invest. Take good use of the community, whatever services. For example, start feeling there is Wings to Fly by Equity. There is KCB. There is M-Pesa Foundation by Safaricom. And many other people who are giving sponsorships and scholarships. Plan Kenya. I don't know whether it is still there. World Vision, those people, you find they have scholarships and sponsorships for school. Fill them. They don't, maybe they can involve a lot of paperwork, but when you go through them, through the process, it will be worth it. So can we stop calling people's names, our relatives, our leaders, that they are refusing to help us educate our children? Educating your child is your own responsibility. The government enables you and helps you, right? Anyway, the discussion was taking another route, but I found it necessary to just create that awareness that it is not your right that the president or the governor should pay school fees for your child individually. It is your right for them to facilitate you. Now that's why kuna so many funds. I don't want to go to that direction, but my bottom line was that CBC is a good curriculum. Let's embrace it. Let's love it. As parents, we will be there. We will be there someday, and we learn in the process. There is no tomorrow. We are learning as we are doing it, and it is very good for our children. So thank you for watching, and you may comment down below what you want me to talk about in the education sector next time. But after this video, I will be doing another video explaining the methodologies of executing a competence-based curriculum, so that you understand your role as a parent. So thank you for watching, and see you in another video. Oh, subscribe, like and share this video. Bye bye.